What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the 3-year deal show for Thiago Motta, because that's basically what the news is, that we agreed terms, and this from Nico Shira, that we agreed terms with Thiago Motta for a 2-year deal plus an option we can activate for a further year. So 3 years on 3.5 million euros a season. It's according to Nico Shira, it's done. According to Fabrizio Romano, is it's this or nothing. There's nothing else at this moment in time. And Romeo Gresi saying, calma, basically, once the season has ended, they will say Allegri and the club will part ways. And probably the week after that, they will say Thiago Motta is the next coach. That's what has been reported. So 3 years for Thiago Motta, basically, 2 plus an option on 3.5 million euros a season, which is for a coach, especially at the club, very cheap. But I've seen Pirlo on 1.5, so not that cheap, I guess. But compared to the 9 millions we're paying Allegri right now, it's peanuts. Based just purely comparing it to that. Obviously, pedigree and experience and resume as a coach, all those things do come into play, but it's basically done. It's just waiting. I think we're all waiting. I think Allegri is waiting. I think the club is waiting. I think the players are waiting, which is not okay, because we still have something to play for. And actually, we had something to play for all these past weeks, and the club and the players basically sat back and said, hey, it's over. We're gonna change coach. Some of us are not gonna be here, so it is what it is, which is unacceptable. But that's the reality of the matter right now. We are in this situation where we crawl to the end of the season. We crawl to a new start, and that new start, luckily for us, starts with Champions League money. Now, the flip side of Champions League money is we're gonna play so many games. We're gonna play close to 70 games next season. It's gonna be an intense season. It's gonna be a completely new season, even for Thiago Motta, because Thiago Motta has always been playing as a coach 1 game a week. Now it's Champions League, even more games, by the way, 8 games. It's Coppa Italia, it's Super Coppa, it's World Cup, Club World Cup. Maybe that's not so important in the grand scheme of things, because it's the first time, nobody really knows what's gonna happen. But even for Allegri, even for Motta, it's gonna be something different. Even for a lot of these players, it's gonna be something completely different, something they have never done before, and that's play every single week. So it's gonna be a very long journey. It's gonna be, in my opinion, not a smooth journey. There are gonna be good things, bad things, but that's what it is. We cannot afford to do things half-half again. We've done it in the past. Bridge gap, Di Maria, then he's gone, Sule is gone, and we were sitting there. What was the point of that? We've done it. We try to do bridge gaps. You can't. Right now, this needs to be a fresh slate. It needs to be a clear project where you can sit back and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna stick to it. Stick to that. We're not gonna change course, not because somebody doesn't like it, but because we believe in what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna do it. And you need to stick it. You need to stick with it. You cannot basically, let's say, there's a lot of improvement. The way we play, you can see improvement. You can see players improvement. You can see the squad improvement. You can see the way we play, the way we get results, improving. And you can sit back and you say, okay, but we're clearly missing that one key player in midfield still, or that one player in the back, or whatever. We're still missing some elements. That's fine. But at this moment in time, 3 years in, we're sitting back and we are saying we are missing an entire midfield. We're missing a left back. We are missing guidance. We are missing this. We are missing experience. We are missing so many things. Next season, we need to eliminate so many things of that for us to sit back and say, what, there is improvement. We can build on this. We can go from this. Because I don't expect us to win next season. I did expect us to win this season. I don't expect us to win next season. If Allegri is a coach, if Conte is a coach, Jurgen Klopp is a coach. I don't, because I know what's going to happen with the squad. I know what this squad needs, It needs quality, but above all, it needs experience. They never won. They're going to have ups and downs. It's just going to happen. But we need to make that step. We cannot sit back and say, because we're not going to win next season, just write this one out. No, because this ride clearly shows you we're not going to win ever on this path. We're just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we're going to need to make changes. We're going to need to make improvements. We're going to need to make brave decisions, shocking decisions, decisions not normal for the club, or where you sit back, you're like, usually we don't do that, but now we do that. We are doing it. That's what's going to be all about. That's basically the summer in a nutshell. And you kick that off with Thiago Motta, because usually we don't do those things. Pirlo was a one-off, He's going to be the next gen coach. Then Agnelli says, you know what? No, you're going to change. You're going to train the first team coach. You're going to train the first team out of nowhere. Good vibes with the club. But Thiago Motta is a complete outsider. No ties to the club. Ex-Milan, ex-Inter player, whatever. This is something completely new. We did it with Allegri, but he won the league with Milan. It's different. Motta hasn't won anything. He just finished, or is going to finish maybe third with Bologna. Got them in the Champions League. Crazy achievement, even though you can say, oh, Napoli have been poor, Roma have been poor. Atalanta have been good lately. They're still finished above Atalanta. I don't think they're a better team than Bologna, Atalanta, in the grand scheme of things going into Europe. But still, he managed to do that. And you can say Gasperini deserves a shot. Gasperini deserves a shot. He did it in the past, not with the best, in the best situation. But I don't think Gasperini is the type of coach that wants to take that, next job. I think he loves what he's doing, and he's doing that extremely well. But Thiago Motta, he's built, or the way he's built, it feels like he wants to do bigger things, And this for him is an opportunity as well, not just for the club to do something new, but even for him, it's a big opportunity, because if it succeeds, everybody can say he built that. He built that because he's going to bring in new players. He's going to try to change the mindset. He's going to try to change the playing style. It's going to be his team. And that's what I've always said. No matter who the coach, even if the club comes out with a shocking decision and says, we're going to stick with Allegri, I will sit back. I will absolutely hate it, but I will say, do what he needs. Give him what he wants if you want to make this succeed. If not, it's just going to be crashing at the end again. Because you give him Diallo, he doesn't play Diallo. That doesn't work. No matter who you pick as a coach, you're going to need to back him. Otherwise, we're going absolutely nowhere. We're going nowhere now. But if you're going to repeat that self, it's pointless. So Thiago Motta, 3-year deal, apparently agreed. It's just waiting now for the Coppa Italia final. Probably the end of the season still, out of respect. But it's just a waiting game. Everybody's playing at this moment in time, And it's not saying it's a done deal, but if it's not a done deal, then we are in trouble in terms of the club is going to do something again they didn't really plan on doing. So it cannot happen in this scenario, because that will be already a poor start to the quote-unquote news cycle. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about 3.5 million euros, which is fairly cheap, I think. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will speak to you guys later tonight. Ciao.